What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Once Upon a Witch's Death, Episode 11. So in this one, you know, Meg and Jack are trying to figure out how to deal with the magic contamination, with the help of Inori and Sophie. And so Jack theorizes that modern magic, so it relies on spells, while magic in the past, emotion was used a lot, and emotion can empower magic. That's probably how Meg was able to do a bunch of powerful spells in the past. And so Jack theorizes that that's like the key to potentially curing like the kid who has who's under Jack's care, and that kid's name is Sierra. So the kid starts deteriorating badly, like he basically is about to die. So Meg says, "Hey, let's just try it." And so they use Jack's emotions. So basically, so Meg, Jack, and Ori, Sophie use Jack's emotions as I guess is like a power source for emotions to power up the magic, and they cure Sierra. Now he grows some cat ears as a side effect. Whatever. It's better than being dead. And right after that happens, Chloe senses a natural disaster, like a tsunami, like natural disaster headed towards, you know, towards Aquamarine. Like basically, there's a tsunami coming caused by magic, and basically it's something that Aquamarine's dealt with in the past. Deal they deal with tsunamis a lot, apparently. And so basically there's some magical barrier that basically they can't get help from no one. The city can't get help from the outside. So basically, the witches who are inside are the only ones who can actually do something. Meg hears a voice. Turns out it's Tethys, the ancient witch who protected the town with a bell. And then Meg is drawn towards the bell while everyone's dealing with all this other stuff. And then and so it's revealed the reason the bell doesn't work is because Tethys in the past used emotion to to magically power the bell to stop the tsunami. And I guess since Meg can use emotion to power her magic, she's able to do it. So Meg does that and say to ring the bell, and it's the first time in centuries that the bell's wrong, and it basically diverts the tsunami by making a barrier. And Sophie and Nori are a little pissed off that Meg went off on her own, but they're happy that she's alive and that she's safe. And Jack swears that he'll find a cure for Meg's curse. And so then, Meg ignoring Sophie, they head back towards Lapis. Yeah. And so, yeah, this was an interesting episode. So they're developing, some stuff with magical contamination. You know, what can potentially be a cure for it. Seems like emotion with magic, emotional magic could be the cure for it. Now, whether or not it's like an actual cure or just like a treatment for symptoms to contain it, basically, delay the inevitable. Who knows? Like it could just, but based on what's seen with Sierra, it looks like it could be a cure. So it looks like that could be maybe a cure for Meg potentially in the future. So yeah, I thought this was an interesting episode. I thought how they all handled the tsunami. Thought how also the magic. I thought that was really cool. And Jack was awesome. Yeah, it's all it. I mean, it's cool that he's voiced by the same voice actor as Roronoa Zoro and Obi. So, Obi from Fire Force. It's cool that he has their same voice actor. Mhm. You know, so yeah, Jack's awesome. So yeah, I really like this episode. You know, I believe there's at least one more left, so look forward to next week's. Apocalypse Hotel, episode 10. So in this one, so Ponko and Poinston have a daughter named Tomoko, who's freaking adorable. So he's a little troublemaker. So, there's a guest that comes in, like this blue alien. You know, the design seems like inspired by the Rhodians from Star Wars. And so what happens so this guest, wants to keep quiet, you know, well, he says he's shy, wants to eat, and so Ponko goes in, you guys check out the guest, and she sees him dead. And so Yacho tries to figure out who killed the guest. Yacho's so Ponko's the last one to go in the room. So first she does like a true detector test on Ponko. So she's cleared. All the robots are cleared. But yeah, because so basically, so then they're concerned that with the dead body at the hotel, that could mean there's less guests that come in the future. So then there's this detective of the same alien race that appears, searching for this guy. So the dead guy's name was Sneakity Sneak, and the detective's name was like Slurpity Slurp or something. And basically, yeah, that those are the names. And it's revealed that Sneaky Sneak was a bomber. Basically, he bombed people, and so like he's trying to find, stay in the hotel trying to find the guy, and so basically so Yachio and Ponko are trying to cover it up. So there's whole antics of Slippery Slurp trying to find Sneaky Sneak, but Yachio and Ponko trying to hide the body. And there's a bit where so basically to get rid of the smell, Hongo tries to give the dead body a bath. And Tomoko, who saw the dead body, so points and asks where Ponko is. Uh, Tomoko says, "Oh, she's giving the candy man a bath." So the reason he's called Candy is because he gave her a piece of candy. So seeing as he gave her a piece of candy at the beginning of the episode, now he was about to give her one specific type of candy, but put it back, then grabbed another piece of candy to give it to her. There's a reason for that. So it's so funny. And so basically points to thinks that the Tonga saying that the Ponko was cheating on him with Snickety Sneak, so he gets mad. And he thinks Slurpy Slurp is the same because they basically look the same. So he thinks Slurpy Slurp is the same as Sneaky. So he tries to kill the guy. He tries to hit him with the vase, and he tries to stab him, but then basically Slurpy Slurp pulls a gun out and shoots at this vase shard that Points trying to use, and he gets scared, passes out in his Tanuki form. So everyone's like, "Oh, murder victim!" And then Slurp's like, "No, no, he's not dead." And so then basically there's a bit where Slurpy Slurp chases Yachio and Ponko, and he does this whole it's like The Shining. We have to, yes, Johnny. He doesn't actually say it, but he just looks through it. But it's meant to evoke the Shining. So then I guess something happened to him. He blows up. His insides blow up, so he dies. Same way. So it's revealed that the bombs were made out. The bombs that the Stinky Snake made out of candy. So everyone was concerned, wait a second, because Tomoko had eaten candy. Now, and it explains why Slippery Slurp had to grab different candy. Because he was probably first grabbed a candy bomb, but he made sure to grab her different candy. So Tomoko seems to be alive. She's fine. She didn't eat the bomb candy. And then And then what's fun, and so the detective and the detective and the bomber are both dead. So then Yachi's like, yeah, we gotta cover this up. So they bury them, and he ends like a shot of like so Ponko's grandmother, then the two dead aliens like in heaven or something. Like what the frick? It's so funny. So I guess apparently Ponko's brother is now a craftsman. So I guess he makes some like pots and pans for whatever for them. So yeah, I thought this was a very funny episode. I enjoyed it. Look forward to next week's Chainsaw Man chapter 205. So in this one, the Fire Devil tells Denji that so the guy whose head's cut off was a new contractor who basically was a fan of Chainsaw Man, who Chainsaw Man let die in order to save a cat. So basically, that guy and his twin, to get revenge on Chainsaw Man, made a deal with the Fire Devil, and basically like Fire Devil's like, hey, you're gonna have to make a choice again. Don't make the wrong one. So makes a building start to collapse. You have like has a chance to crush like Asa's body or crush like these cars or whatever. So basically, Denji has to choose of which one to save. Then it seems like he's choosing Asa because he wants to get laid. Yeah, I mean, typical Denji. I mean, I don't think he's ever portrayed himself as a moral human being or fiend, whatever. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting chapter. Interesting to see a Fire Devil like this chapter. We'll look forward to the next week's Lego Masters U.S. version, Season 5, Episode 4. So in this one, this challenge is inspired by Wicked. So each team gets a spell book, and whichever spell that each team gets, they have to do a build inspired by that spell. To show the story, how it goes. And so once all the builds are done, now there's like a random twist where like Will gives the teams an extra 30 minutes to do their builds. And so it's revealed that Anthony and Joe, so who had the golden, they decided to use the golden brick. Some things were shocked because everyone thought their builds were good. So the top two teams were John Justin and Ben Michael. And Ben Michael won the challenge. The bottom two teams were Nikki and Britton and Alex and Tone. Alex and Tone were eliminated. Reason given was because the face that they made basically didn't work and the function was hidden. So basically like there was not it didn't do what it was supposed to do. The building it was supposed to do, all the functions, all that. So yeah, they got eliminated for that. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting challenge. I'm not a fan of Wicked. I'm not a fan of Wizard of Oz. So like I didn't see the Wicked movie, never saw the play because I'm not a fan of Wizard of Oz. So I necessarily like the Wizard of Oz. So, but I was interested in this challenge. Interesting how all the builds work, how all the spells work. So yeah, I liked it. Look forward to the next challenge. Well, and that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.